So Skillshare is really huge in the influencer space, specifically on YouTube. That was basically like their number one growth engine. It was over 50% of their acquisition month to month. So they had a huge influencer program. I think they were like number two or number three out of all the companies in the entire US doing YouTube influencers. So we did a lot of that. We did like Instagram as well. It wasn't as big, but basically like the setup was working with these individual influencers, and you kind of have to a little bit play by their rules. It's always like a lump sum sort of payment. Like they do either a single spot for like a little bit more, or they really like to do multiple. So like they like you to sign on for like three spots for them to drop over, whether you want to do it like once a month or once every other month, but you're kind of like signed on for multiple. And then they'll drop sort of that per spot rate, but you basically then have to back out to like, what do we think the CAC is going to look like here? And it's a lot of guessing, I think, in the beginning until you really start to ramp it up and you start to understand like how the different influencers and categories perform. And then it gets to be a little bit more predictable. There's ones that you work with on a monthly basis, and you generally know what the CAC is going to look like, so you can start building it up. I think that strategy worked really well for Skillshare because it was sort of a unique business and it aligned really well with YouTube. So Skillshare, for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically like online tutorial style videos and classes leading into creative topics. So how they got started was, they needed to build out the sort of instructor, like teacher side of their marketplace. And what they did is they worked with YouTubers to do that. So these people creating content on YouTube to teach these skills then created courses and classes on Skillshare. And because of that sort of like symbiotic relationship, these same people who had their own course on Skillshare were then promoting the course to their audience. Like it just kind of like, handshake, and it flowed back and forth. So I think it worked really well for them.